these sort of champions that have built-in sustain, that are just naturally good at freezing waves, and you're against a weaker character. In this example, I'm against Shaco Top. I'm not necessarily going to explain how to beat Shaco Top because it's really weak, but all I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be playing normally. I'm just going to hit the minions and hit him when he gives me the chance. I'm pushing this in, and from this point on, once I've shoved into his tower, I'm planning on having it bounce back to me. I'm getting this wave to crash in, and my goal is to have it to push back into me so that I can set up the freeze. Now, these champions like Shaco, when you feel like you're against a champion that you should beat, you don't necessarily have to beat them by killing them. In fact, that's not usually how you do it. If you're against a champion that you think is weak, the way you beat them is by making them unable to touch the minions, pretty much. All I'm thinking about is, I have this freeze now, I pushed it into his tower, now it's pushing back, and I'm just gonna keep it. And every single time he walks up to hit a minion, I'm gonna hit him back. And that's it. I'm never gonna chase him. I'm gonna hit him, and then when I'm done hitting him, I'm gonna go away and drop the tower, minion aggro, because I just wanted to freeze. And Tryndamere has so much sustain so early that I get to just freeze on him like this. And this goes on forever, and I never really go into him. And if we look at the CS lead, it gets bigger. Okay, I get ganked. Because desperately needs help. I'm gonna do it again. I push it in, and now I'm planning on having it push back into me. Okay, my jungler showed up. Whatever. Look at him. I never went on him. His health is really low. Look at the CS lead. All I'm doing is hitting him when he tries to get a last hit, and other than that, I'm letting it freeze. And this CS lead is going to keep building up because he can't do anything. This character can only do something if I try to kill him. And that's going to be the case for a lot of these matches where you think you're against somebody weak that shouldn't be in the lane you are, but they're only powerful when you let them damage you. And I mean, Shaco does his damage when you try to fight him. So I'm not trying to fight him, I'm just hitting him when he goes for the creeps. Look at the CS lead, I'm double the CS. This is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Let's go forward ahead. I'm nearly tripling his CS. So that's what you do. I'm going to show you what it looks like when somebody doesn't do that. I'm actually in the opposite situation in this game. I'm against a champion that can do that to me, even though I'm Tryndamere. Warwick's just that kind of a disgusting 1v1 animal. So here, like, my biggest fear is that he crashes this, and then he sets up a freeze. Just like I did. He gets it frozen around here, and every single time I try to touch a minion, he hits me with the Q and the auto attack, and I mean, that's how he got me this low in the first place. And eventually, I won't be able to touch the wave anymore. But instead, he keeps hitting minions, he keeps shoving me into the tower, and he keeps letting me get the farm under my tower. Now here is like disaster scenario, because if he decides to freeze on me, I can't do anything about it. Especially now, like, he caused me to back. Like, look at this. Look at this. If he just lets this push into him and keeps it here, I can never play again. I'll never get another creep. But he's got different priorities. I mean, look at the way he ran at me at tower there. He's got different priorities. If I wasn't Tryndamere and I didn't have like infinity sustain, then like this would probably be scary because then he would just dive me. But I have infinity sustain. He has even more than me, which is why he's able to pull the freeze on me. But he never does. So he keeps shoving, he keeps pushing me under tower, and look at the farm. Here's another scenario. He could freeze. I actually, like, I was thinking, you know, this is like a bad time to back because he could freeze, and I really need help shoving the wave, but he doesn't freeze. He just pushes. I did lose a whole wave. Okay, he throws one wave, and then he pushes in, and I get to farm this on the tower. And we look at the CS lead. It's not like that Shaco game. So this is the perfect example, Shaco game and this Warwick game, of how you're supposed to actually defeat somebody in lane that you beat. The first priority is to make it so they can't farm. And then, when they try to farm anyways, that's when you punish them, that's when you kill them. But your first priority is to make it so they can't farm. And if you make it so they can't farm, and then they try to farm, then you get to kill them.